Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with VHS Film Noir ASMR. So I've got some classic movies here. We'll be taking a look at these film noir movies and then taking a look to see what old Leonard Maltin had to say. Now, these are movies that have lasted the test of time, tested the last of time. So I think he's going to enjoy them. I put the bookmarks in, so I did take a peek. I think he likes them better than Josie and the Pussycats. Alright. This movie. Okay, and we're also going to be doing them in reverse order. So that the last movie will be at the front of the book. And the last movie is my favorite. So let's look out for that. Alright, the first movie is The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre with Humphrey Bogart and Walter Houston. So, this is the one movie that I have not seen. I don't believe that I saw this one. I've only had these, I've had these videos long enough that I could have watched them. My VHS player was kind of going on the fritz there. Anyway, and so I'm going to the back of the book. And the bookmarks that we're using today are black and white from the newspaper, and they're the Blondie strips. Dagwood Bumstead. This one, if you ever want to know the date, look for the copyright. It's always on a panel. This is from 1994. It's a King Features Syndicate. And he's getting his haircut. Well, actually, this is pretty funny because he's got the hair that looks like this. So that's kind of funny. And then it's fun to look on the back of the bookmarks to see what's on the back. And actually, all these bookmarks today are in vertical fashion. This is the bookmark that's in high demand. Because when it's in your book, you can read it nicely down. You don't have to turn the page. You don't have to do that. But they go for the same price. But it's neat. This was on the opposite side of the page than the other comics of the comic section. And you can take a look at what was there. We can guess this one. Oh, I think that's For Better or Worse. For Better or For Worse. It's a Canadian comic strip. BC. That's by Johnny Hart. And of course, Calvin and Hobbes. There you go. There you are. Come down so I can talk to you. No, you'll kill us. We're running away. Yeah, we're up in a tree. We're up in the tree fort. And Shoo. Yeah. She was okay from time to time. Alright, so enough sidetracking there. Let's take a look at this movie, The Treasure of Sierra Madre. It's on here somewhere. It's just Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1948. Look at that. Top score, 4 stars. Yep. I don't know if that's how all these are going to be, but old Leonard, he knows a good movie when he sees it, although I haven't seen this one. So in this one, excellent adaptation of B. Traven's tale of gold, greed, and human nature at its worst, with Bogart, Houston, and Holt as unlikely trio of prospectors. Oh, they're prospectors. Alright. They're gonna find some gold, and they're probably gonna kill each other. There's a colored version. Alright, well he gives it 4 stars. So that's this guy. Let's take a look. See, this is in black, and it's black and white. These are all black and white movies. Oh, look at that. That's a gold sticker. All right, 121 minutes. That's a 2-hour movie. That over here. Okay, look at this next one. Ah, yes. To have and have not. There's Bogey. Don't bogart that cigarette. And of course, oh, the lovely Lauren Bacall. At this time, I don't know, but they got married. Zook, zook, zook. I don't know how old he was when they met, but she was like 19. She was definitely a silver screen siren. Oh, this is neat. On some of these boxes, on the back of the cases, in pen, there's like tick marks. So 10. What does that mean? Whoever owned this before me watched it 10 times. I don't know. I didn't, I just found these tapes. I didn't buy them. I didn't know whose they were before I got them. To have and have not. I'm going to guess that old Leonard's going to give it a 4. 4 out of 4. That's his rating system. All right, here we got another bookmark. BC, where's Fats? There was a BC video game for the ColecoVision. It was the best one. And you were riding the ball and then you'd jump stuff. It was way better than Smurf. Alright. Calvin and Hobbes. The mom. I like the dad. He was funny. He was always messing with Calvin. And they wondered why he was kind of messed up. I can't get a babysitter anywhere. What should we do? Wrong. Alright, on the front we got old Dagwood and his boss. This relationship was a little bit like on the Jetsons. The Jetson guy and his boss. Alright, to have and have not. I have seen this one. It has been some time. But to have and have not. Oh. 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars. What? Hemingway's worst novel forms the basis for Hawke's version of Casablanca. Tough skipper for hire. What? I guessed it. That's what it says, saying who's in it. Hemingway's worst novel forms the basis for Hawke's version of Casablanca. Tough skipper for hire Bogart reluctantly becomes involved with French resistance. Less reluctantly woos even tougher Bacall. Oh, this is in her film debut. I think she's like 19 there. People in the past, you could argue, but I think she looks a lot older than a teenager. Alright, let's see. Their legendary love scenes make the movie. But there are also solid performances, taut action, and a couple of songs. Super dialogue. And yeah, they made a colored version. Colored versions are not very good, I don't think. I like the originals. Alright, so that was To Have and Have Not. Oh, these are all like part of the same collection. They have these gold stickers. It's even like too big. They're supposed to fit in this part. What you gonna do? Oh, that one came off. Alright, so that's To Have and Have Not. And, you know, did he see it 10 times? I don't know. Okay, oh, here we go. These are, okay, this has got to be a 4 out of 4. It's the Maltese Falcon. Look at him staring intently at the Maltese Falcon. Maltese Falcon. A trial of treachery and greed leads to the Maltese Falcon. So when I first saw this, I was a teenager. I was seeking out these older movies. Was I a teenager? Yeah. It's probably like 19. 18? I think. And I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you. When I watched these movies with them, like I'd heard of the name, you know, I've heard of Humphrey Bogart, but I'd never seen any of his movies. And instantly, when you first see him, I recognized him from the Warner Brothers cartoons, like with Bugs Bunny, because they would do a parody version. And then this man here, hide me, boss, hide me. He was in several of these movies, and they did a version of him too, when all the gangsters went to that house on the cliff, and Bugs was there, and they demanded that they hide them. So the Maltese Falcon, this is a mystery type movie, and I'm thinking it's gonna get 4 stars. Here's their bookmark. These are all taken, it seems, from the same paper. The layout's the same. Okay, give me a nickel and I'll eat the worms. No, you eat the worms and I'll give you a nickel. Oh, I also used to like that Dagwood. The comic strip's called Blondie, but it's mostly follows Dagwood. Oh, he's gonna get some enchiladas. He'd also hang out, well, he'd go for lunch at this diner. Those are funny. Okay, the Maltese Falcon. Maltese Bippy? The Maltese Falcon. What? 3 stars. First film version of Dashiell Hammett's stories. Quite good. With Cortez more of a ladies' man than Bogart. Otherwise very similar to the later classic, remade in 1936 as Satan Met a Lady. Wow, a little shocked about that. Let's see if there's any tick marks. Nope. Alright. It is indeed the Maltese Falcon, copyright 1941, rated PG. And I love the way that they would talk. Fast. Jump, 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 jump. Very smart. And I wondered if people back then really talked that way. Lorne Bacall, back again in Key Largo. Back then, people had to wear belts. I think the pants would fall down. They like to pull them up. Key Largo, yeah. Well, I've seen all these except for that first one. And yeah, I like that one. That one's like I haven't seen any of these in so long. Except for my favorite one. The last one I saw that a couple of years ago. Key Largo. Yeah, they're stuck in the house in Key Largo. Oh, who's that guy? Oh, that was one of the gangsters too. We needed to. You might, Rabbit, you might. Yeah, there was a hurricane seething outside, but it's nothing compared to the electrified atmosphere with the hotel at Key Largo. Their sadistic mobster, Johnny Rocco, and his stooges hole up against the storm and hold a gunpoint hotel owner, Nora Temple, her invalid father-in-law, and ex-GI Frank McLeod. McLeod's the one man capable of standing up to the belligerent Rocco. But the realities of the post-war world, have taken all the fight out of him. Yeah. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna say maybe... I'm going for 4. 3.5? Another... Oh no, look, Blondie. Dagwood Bumstead, he's angry. What? Another sales pitch? There's the family. I think that's Cookie, the daughter, and the boy, I don't know. But the boy has the same hairstyle as his dad. And in earlier Blondie comic strips, like, because it's been around for a long time, they used to be like littler kids. And they have grown. I don't know what they're like now. Maybe they moved out of the house. It's been a long time. Back, what do we got here? Oh, look. These must be kind of from the same time. Look. Well, the house is still standing. Calvin must have gone to bed. They're back from their night out. Give me one with mustard and relish. All right. What do we got here? Key Largo, the key exchange, Key Largo. Oh, 3.5. 3.5 stars. Dandy cast. An adaptation of Maxwell Anderson's play about tough gangster holding people captive in the Florida hotel. Yeah, actually, he doesn't say that much about it. Best supporting actress, Oscar for someone, Trevor. Alright, Key Largo. This one is 1948. Oh, everybody knows Casablanca. The first time I saw Casablanca, I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you, to realize how many of the lines I knew. He is looking at you, kid. You could probably go for like 5 minutes, maybe, saying all the lines. It's like, what? That's where this is from? It's Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. And this holy cow classic movie. Oh. 15 tick marks. I think he's seen it 15 times. Yeah, Casablanca. Well, I think he's going to get this 4 stars. Okay, the Blondie comic strip. It's going to bed. That in the back. Some stuff. Alright. Casablanca, what's your guess? 3 stars? 4 stars? Casablanca, 4 stars. 4 stars. Everything is right in this World War II classic of war-torn Morocco with elusive nightclub owner Rick finding old Flame and her husband, underground leader, among skeletons in his closet. Rains is marvelous as dapper police chief, and nobody sings as time goes by. They made a colored version, which is just bastardizing such a classic as Casablanca. These are in nice shape. I never had these before I got them. Didn't leave them out in a shed. And kept a clean house. Alright. So now to our last film noir VHS tape. My favorite, and probably the first film noir movie I saw, The Big Sleep. Dun dun dun. The Big Sleep, starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. So, when I was in college, it was my first year of college, and I took a film appreciation class so I could appreciate the films. And there was a theater in the college, and we watched The Big Sleep, and they explained the time period and went on to talk about its origins. It's a book by Raymond Chandler. Right here we got The Big Sleep. I had to buy this book and read it just even a few years back because I had a copy of The Big Sleep radio play, the BBC Big Sleep version, and holy cow, I literally have probably listened to it 100 times. I used to listen to it at work nearly daily. It was about 3 hours, and it's amazing. And then it was a while, and then I got this by chance, and I watched. You know what, actually? Then I bought the book, and I read the book, and I thought, okay, even the book was a little deeper than the radio play. Oh, the voices are great. If you're into that kind of stuff. The audiobooks, it plays there. And I was listening to this stuff at a job where I could listen to that type of stuff. And it was right around the same time that I discovered ASMR videos, maybe like 7 years ago, something like that. And it was even kind of ASMR in this. So he's drinking. Philip Marlowe. He'd pour themselves a glass. Ah, the dialogue was excellent. So, the book is different than the movie. Some of the names are different, what happens, the killers. But, let's see. They're both great. Amazing. Alright, let's see what Leonard Moulton has to say. Bogart and Bacall cook up a hard-boiled whodunit. This has got to be for. Alright, out of my way, Blondie. Oh, it's in the back there. The Big Operator, the Big Parade, Big Red, Big Score, Shots, Big Star. Where's it? Oh, The Big Sleep. What? What? I did not see this when I put in the. Wait, maybe that's not the right version. Okay. I saw The Big Sleep with 2 stars, but that's from 1978, the British version, which I've never seen, but I heard of before. How many did they do? Okay, they only did 1, or twice, 2. They did 2. So, at some point, maybe I saw a trailer for it or something about it, and guy who plays Philip Marlowe in this one from 1978, I think, was the father on the television program Friends, and he was Ross and like the dad, Ross, and Monica's father, and that made me like him more. I already thought that guy was pretty cool in that character. All right, but here we got the Humphrey Bogart version, 4 stars. They hit it out of the park. Hit it out of the park. What's he got to say? Thriller from Raymond Chandler's first novel. Detective Philip Marlowe becomes involved with wealthy Bacall and her uncontrollable little sister. So convoluted, even Chandler didn't know who committed one murder. But so incredibly entertaining that no one has ever cared. Powerhouse direction, unforgettable dialogue. Alright, and when he says that, even Philip Marlowe, no wait, even Chandler didn't know who did one of the murders. It wasn't in his own book, it was in this movie that I had heard, was just crazy when they were filming and stuff. And back then they had to like film a movie, like Casablanca was filmed in 2 weeks, and they didn't even know how that was going to end. So, oh wow, this one's rated R. I don't know why. But there's parts that, even though this is such an amazing movie, they did such a good job. When I read the book, then I thought, oh, okay. Okay. If I read the back of this, L.A. Private Eye, Philip Marlowe, takes on a blackmail case and nearly wears out his gumshoes following convoluted trails peopled with murderers. Oh, okay, yeah, pornographers, nightclub rogues. But in the movie, you don't see the pornographers. You don't know what that picture was, This picture right here. They took a picture, but, they're not showing you that the lady, when he comes in, is naked and all high on drugs. Oh, man. Yeah, The Big Sleep. It's amazing. Raymond Chandler is a master. The BBC series, they did all of them. They did all the books into radio plays, and they are fantastic. Some of the quotes I like from the movie and the book. The old man asks Raymond Chandler, "Do you like orchids?" He responds, "Not particularly. They are nasty things." Alright, so those are my VHS Film Noir movies. And the books. And of course, I don't know if you noticed that sometimes I mistakenly call Leonard Maltin. Sometimes I call him Leonard Nimoy. I'm not even into Star Trek, really. I don't know. I think even when he was on Entertainment Tonight, I don't know if I knew his name then. 2009. All right. Thanks for joining me, and good night.